Hey, what's up everybody? Ben here from blogwithben.com, and today I'm super excited to introduce you to Visme Forms, a powerful tool that stands out with its unique animation capabilities. These animations can transform your ordinary forms into interactive and engaging experiences for your audience. And in this tutorial, we're going to cover everything from signing up for Visme, creating a form with eye-catching animations, connecting it to your email marketing provider, and then embedding it on your WordPress website or blog. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned pro, this step-by-step guide will help you leverage the full potential of Visme Forms. And real quick, before we get started, if you get any value out of this video, I would greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe to the Blog with Ben YouTube channel. It helps me bring you more resources, and it keeps you up to date with all the web and tech trends happening throughout the year. But either way, thank you so much for all your support. All right, with that being said, let's get started. In this portion of the tutorial, I'm going to quickly show you how to sign up for Visme and create your account. So first things first, head over to the Visme Forms homepage. You can get there by visiting blogwithben.com/Visme. That's my affiliate link, just FYI, and you can access it in the video description below. And please know that I only earn a commission if you decide to make a purchase. You can always try Visme out for free. As you can see here, they have a free trial where you can test drive the platform before deciding whether or not to purchase a subscription. But they also have starter, pro, and enterprise plans tailored to fit different sized businesses and budgets. If you do decide to make a purchase, I would greatly appreciate it if you would use my affiliate link. Again, that's blogwithben.com/Visme. Helps me keep my blog up and running, and as a solo entrepreneur, it helps me provide for my family. So either way, thank you so much for all your support. Okay, so to get started, click the sign up free button in the upper right corner of the screen. Then you have a few options when it comes to creating your account. You could sign up with an email and password, or you can continue with your Google or Facebook accounts. I'm going to sync my Google account, so I'll choose to continue with Google. And then I'll select the account I want to sign in with and confirm. There we go. Next, there may be some onboarding questions. Feel free to answer them as you see fit. And I know this stuff may seem tedious, but in my videos, I like to walk the viewer through the entire process of using a product so that you can get a good feel of whether or not it'll be a good fit for you and your business. So when you're ready, go ahead and click the Let's Go button. And again, there may be some more onboarding questions. These are just to help Visme customize and personalize your experience with the platform. So go ahead and select the answers that best fit you. And for the sake of time, I'm just going to speed through this really quick, but once you're done, you'll be taken to your Visme dashboard. And I should point out that as of May 2024, this is what the dashboard will look like. However, if you're watching this video a little further in the future, the new Visme dashboard will look like this. As you can see, they've updated the interface and really streamlined the creative process to help you be as efficient as possible when it comes to using Visme to create content. And with that being said, let me give you a quick tour of the dashboard so that you can have a solid understanding of where everything is before you start building your forms. And please know that if you want to skip the dashboard tour and just start building your forms, feel free to skip ahead and work at your own pace by using the clickable timestamps in the video description below. But if you're brand new to Visme, let me give you a quick tour of the new dashboard. So starting on the left-hand side, you have your navigation menu. This lets you easily move through your account and manage your projects, media files, schedule content and social posts, create branded templates, and monitor your data analytics. Now, we're not going to be addressing these particular menu items in this video, but when you have some extra time, I recommend browsing the different sections to get familiar with the dashboard layout. Okay, moving towards the center of the dashboard, starting at the top, there's this little project and template selector. As you can see, Visme is more than just a form builder. They provide a wide range of customizable templates and intuitive design tools. And as you'll see in a few moments, their unique animation capabilities allow users to add dynamic elements to their projects, making their content interactive and captivating. And this project and template selector is a great way to get started. You could use the search bar or simply click on one of these icons to start creating presentations, infographics, forms, etc. Below that is where your recent projects will be listed, giving you an easy way to access your work and create new projects. I obviously don't have any projects yet, but as you start creating things, they'll be listed here for you to access and manage. Next are some super helpful Visme guides and tutorials. Visme has a ton of step-by-step guides on various types of content to help get you started, and I highly recommend checking these out whenever you have some extra time. Below that are Visme's new features and improvements notifications. Visme is constantly expanding their feature stack, and with the birth of AI, things can move pretty quickly. So this new features section helps you stay on top of what's new with Visme. Then scrolling down a bit, we have your branded templates. Again, I'm brand new here, so I don't have any templates or brand guidelines yet, but if you're a business or even an agency, this is where you can easily access and manage your branded templates. These provide consistency and professionalism across all marketing materials, reinforcing your brand identity. And they save time by streamlining the design process, allowing teams to quickly produce on-brand content. Next, we have some more resources. Again, some really helpful stuff here that I recommend checking out whenever you have some extra time. Then it looks like there are also some options here to take you to the branded template creator and even contact the Visme sales team if needed. Then in the bottom right corner of the screen, there's this help icon, and clicking on that will open a pop-up where you can get some additional help and tips through Visme's tutorials, updates and webinars, and stay on top of your account notifications. Then if you look at the very bottom of that pop-up, there's a way to request a feature. So if you think Visme is missing some must-have features, you can request them here. Then next to that is a way to reach Visme's support team via chat or email. If you ever run into any issues or need some extra assistance, their helpful customer support team is a click away. Okay, moving towards the upper left corner of the screen, this little drop-down menu is where you can access your workspace. And think of a workspace as a way to centralize your team's work. Each workspace has its own independent dashboard and features, and you can add members to your workspaces as well. Just click this drop-down and you can manage and create new workspaces. Then finally, in the upper right corner of the screen is where you can invite members to your account. The bell icon alerts you of notifications. And then the avatar is where you can access your Visme account settings and billing info. All right, so that's the new and improved Visme account dashboard. Now that you know your way around, let's move on and create a Visme animated form. In this portion of the tutorial, we're going to create an animated Visme form and then embed it on a WordPress website. So anytime you want to create a new form, within the dashboard here, you could click either the form survey icon there towards the top, or within your recent projects, you can click that create new icon and select form surveys from the menu that will appear. Both of these options will take you to the form template library that you're looking at right now. And if you look towards the top of the screen, Visme offers various types of forms to meet the diverse needs of your projects. There are form templates for a newsletter sign up, lead magnet, contact forms, event registration, etc. These templates help you be more efficient by streamlining the design process and catering to a specific marketing strategy. Again, as you can see, these newsletter templates, which are all 100% customizable, start you off with the specific design, animation, and strategy in place. Everything from newsletter subscription to blog subscription form and even company update subscription forms. Again, saving you a ton of time when it comes to the design and creating copy for your forms. All of these are 100% customizable, so don't think that just because it says company news subscription that you need to use that only for company news. You could tailor each form to say and do anything you want, as you'll see in a few moments. And taking a closer look at these templates, if you hover your mouse over any of them, you can preview the form by clicking the preview button, and then you get this nice little preview of the form animation and layout. Again, you'll have the ability to change this character and even the movements it makes here in just a sec, but how cool is this? Instead of your typical static lead gen form, Visme has given you a way to drive engagement and get your visitors' attention with these little animated characters. You can also preview what it will look like on a mobile device, and you'll see that the form and animation is responsive, fitting on a mobile phone and giving the viewer the same unique experience regardless of what device they're using to view it on. I love it. Then just for the sake of this example, I'm going to show you the lead magnet templates. So I'll select that from the template category list at the top of the screen. And then you'll be presented with the new templates, all catered to a lead magnet marketing strategy. And when we preview these templates, the form now includes the animated character interacting with an actual image of your lead magnet cover, along with the lead form. And again, you can edit this to insert an image of your particular lead magnet cover and change all of the copy and branding within this form. But I just wanted to show you the versatility of these different types of templates when it came to the template category. And if you have a lead magnet, by all means, use this lead magnet template category for your form. However, for this example, I'm going to use the newsletter sign up form template. So I'll select that category again, and then I'm going to be embedding this form on a fitness WordPress blog, and we'll then be driving traffic to my gym newsletter subscription. So I'm going to select the monthly newsletter subscription template, and then I'll preview it really quick. And our little character does a Tarzan entrance swing and then pulls out the form. I love it. I love the simplicity of it as well. So we're going to go ahead and go with this form. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and click the Use Template button. And that will take you to the form builder. This is where you can edit and configure the form to really make it your own. Remember, these templates are basically just a starting point. Visme gives you the ability to tailor your form to be anything you want. And before we do that, let me give you a quick tour of the form builder. So starting on the left, we have the form styles and content settings. This is where you could change the overall style and color scheme of your form, as well as edit the content like the font style, form fields, button color, etc. Then in the center of the screen is a preview of your form, but you can also make edits here in real time, as you'll see in a few moments. You can edit the copy and rearrange form fields right here in the preview of the form. It's pretty cool. Moving to the right, we have the character and animation settings. This is the fun part. This is where you can change how your character moves during different phases of the form, as well as what your character looks like and what it's wearing. You can get super specific and really make them match your overall brand. It's really fun to play with, which we'll do in just a bit. Okay, moving towards the bottom of the screen, you'll see the different steps of the form. Step 1 is the initial lead gen form and is the first thing the user will see. However, after they fill out the form, step 2 will initiate and give the user a different experience. As you can see, step 2 of this form is a thank you message with some instructions and contact info. But again, all of this is completely customizable here within the form builder. All right, moving towards the upper left corner, we have the undo feature. This lets you quickly undo changes if needed, and then the save status. Visme auto saves your work as you go. Okay, then in the upper middle section, we have the creative workflow. Each section walks you through the process of designing your form, connecting to your desired app, publishing it so you can make it accessible to your audience, and then monitoring the results and seeing how it performs. Then last but not least, you have another form design feature where you can hide and remove the animated character from your form if you'd like to. Okay, so that's the form builder. Now that you know your way around, let's create this form. So the first thing I'll start with is the style. Remember, Visme gives you some style templates to start with that you could browse and try here. Again, these are all customizable, so don't think you're stuck with these colors or styles, but they do get the creative juices flowing and help streamline the design process. So when you find one you like, you can apply it or you can edit the style. I'm going to make some edits to this one, so I'll click the Edit Style button. And the style has obviously made some changes to the overall style of the form. The colors and font are completely different, but again, you can customize this and mold it to be whatever you want here in the Styles tab on the left-hand side of the screen. For example, if we open the Heading tab, you'll have the ability to change the font family, size, style, case, alignment, and color. Again, for the sake of time, I'm just going to kind of speed through this, but these various content tabs give you a ton of creative control over the style of your form. As you can see, we could change the button color, padding, shape, etc. Then there's even a feature to remove the Powered by Visme badge. Just flip that switch on to remove it. And some people may not want the Visme brand viewable on their site. It's really a personal preference, but this little switch lets you hide the Visme badge below your form. Okay, so there are obviously other style configurations that I could make, and when you have some extra time, I highly recommend experimenting with them here, but for the sake of time, I'm gonna move on. Okay, once you're done making your style edits, you have the option to override the style and update it or save it as a new style altogether. I'm just gonna update this one, so I'll click the Update Style button, and then it'll be saved to your style library that you can access here and use again if you'd like. Next, let me show you the content editing features. So staying in this section, if you click the Content tab, this gives you the ability to select individual sections of content within the form and edit them. You can hide sections of content by flipping these switches on and off. As you can see, I can remove the logo if I want. Same goes for the other sections of the form, like the heading, text, footer, and the form icons. Then if you want to actually edit the text within the form, you could do so right here in the form preview. Just place your cursor where you want to make the edits. So let's say I want to edit the heading. So I'll go ahead and click on it, and then I can change the text like I was writing an email. Doesn't get any easier than that. No coding either. Just type what you want it to say and you're good to go. Same goes for the button. If you don't like the submit call to action, just type a new CTA right here in the preview and it'll change on the front end of your form. So instead of submit, I'll have this button say, let's do this. Next, you can edit and add form fields here if you'd like. Now, the template only came with an email field, but I can add a new field by clicking the Add Field button. Also, it looks like that this form did come with a name field, but it's actually hidden. So if I click on that eye icon, the name field will appear in the form and I can configure it further if I need to. Another cool thing you could do is when you have multiple fields, you can rearrange them here in the preview. So let's say I want to put the email field above the name fields. Simply click on that field and then these little icons appear. Then click that dot icon and drag the field where you want it to display. Again, super easy and no coding necessary. I should also point out that you have to scroll down in order to access the other form fields, but that won't be the case when you publish this form on your site, just FYI. Additionally, you can remove fields here as well. Just click on them to select them and then click the trash can icon. Simple as that. Okay, so that's going to do it for step 1 of this form. Next, let's edit the second step, which is the thank you portion. So to edit that second step, simply click on that icon there towards the bottom of the editor. And just like we've been doing, you can make edits to the style and content of this form right here within the preview. So let's say I want to add my logo to this part of the form. Simply click on the logo placeholder and then click the Upload Logo button and find the image you want to use. And check that out, looks great. Then for the sake of time, I'm going to speed through me making the content edits, like the actual text within this portion of the form, but the steps are the exact same as before. Simply place your cursor on the text that you want to edit and make your changes right here in the preview. Okay, so that's going to do it for the form itself. Next, let's get to the fun stuff and start editing the character and the animations. So one of the most obvious standout features of the Visme forms is the ability to add these animated characters to the form. And in the past, you would need to hire a complete dev team to even implement something like this on your WordPress website or blog. But now with Visme, you can implement this pretty sophisticated feature in a matter of a few clicks. And let me show you what I mean. So if you look towards the right, you'll see the animation and character settings. First, the animations, which are broken up into 3 sections. There are the interstage animations, and these are the animations that the character can make when a user first sees the form. Then below that are the waiting poses. These are when a user is on the form, but they're not filling it out. Visme has created these waiting poses to keep the character moving and to keep the user engaged instead of just having a static form sitting there. Then finally are the ending poses, and these are the animations the character can make after the user fills out the form. Okay, so by default, this form came with the Tarzan interstage animation. However, since this form will be going on a fitness website and blog, I'm going to select the fitness trainer animation. And when you do, you get a little preview of what it will look like. And check that out. That will work perfectly for a fitness site. Okay, next let's configure the waiting and ending poses. So starting with the waiting pose. There aren't as many to choose from, but they're still helpful in keeping the viewer engaged and drawing their attention back to the form if they're not filling it out. And it looks like we can have the character point and then hurry up. They seem to be waving their arms around. Sleepy, and they doze off because I'm taking too long to fill out the form. And then patience, like they're running out of patience with me. Okay, so those are all really cool, but I think I'm gonna go with the hurry up waiting pose. Then finally we have the ending pose. Again, we only have a few to choose from here, but these add some extra flair to the animation and complete the form with a little celebration. And it looks like our character can dance around and do the floss dance. And they can get very excited and jump around. Or they can pop some confetti and celebrate. I think I like that one the most, so I'll stick with that ending pose animation. Okay, moving on to the character. So this time, if you click the Character tab, you'll have the ability to really drill down on the body type, head shape, skin tone, eye color, clothes, etc. And to get started, first you'll want to select the character type, and they break it down into two types, sleek and cool, and you can click on each character here to get a better idea of what they look like. And again, these characters are all customizable, but they give you a good starting point in terms of design and what the animation will look like on your form. Then moving to cool, these are just some other options when it comes to the type of character that you can use. All right, so let's go with her. I think she will definitely work for my fitness blog. Then once you select your character, you can edit them even further. Just hover your mouse over their character avatar and click on where it says Edit. And then click Edit Character. And this is where you could get really specific with their appearance. As I mentioned earlier, you could edit things like their gender, body style, skin tone, eye color, head shape, and apparel. Now for the sake of time, I'm keeping her physical attributes as is, but I will adjust what she's wearing since this will be on a fitness website. So when you open the apparel tab, you'll be presented with various outfits to choose from where you can configure their top. You can even change the colors to match your brand. Then moving to the pants, I want something that looks like comfortable workout clothes, but again, you could really mix and match and make your character your own. And then let's make these pants black to match everything. Perfect. Then finally, the shoes. Again, you have a lot to choose from here, but we're gonna put her in some white sneakers. There we go. I think she's ready to go. Okay, so once you're done editing your character, click the Save My Character button. And just like whenever we were picking out the template, you can preview your changes to the form and see what it will look like on a mobile device. And check that out. Our fitness character jumps on top of the form and starts working out. I love it. Oh, there is one thing I forgot to cover during the content section, and that is the legal consent. If you click on that tab in the bottom left corner, you can add a privacy policy and marketing agreement to your forms. Okay, so that's going to do it for the form design and content. Feel free to explore the different styles and character animations, but for the sake of time, this is going to be the form that I'm going to embed on my website. All right, moving on. The next step in the process is to connect this form to my email marketing platform. In this portion of the tutorial, we're going to connect this form to an email marketing provider with the Connect feature. Visme gives you the ability to automatically collect and synchronize all the data and contacts collected in your form directly to your favorite apps. So to start the connection process, click on where it says Connect at the top of the screen. And this will bring you to the various apps that you can integrate with Visme. Now, a few things I should point out. First, I'm using the Pro account, so I have 10 connections that I could use. You could track them here if you need to. Next, if you don't see the integration that you need, then it's recommended that you use Zapier to connect. And for this example, I'll be using MailChimp, which is one of the integrations listed here. But I'm working on some future videos that walks you through the process of using Zapier to connect Visme to other marketing providers. Also, Visme is working on expanding their integrations as we speak. They're close to adding Aweber to their integration list, so keep an eye out for that in the near future as well. Now, for this example, like I said, I'll be using MailChimp. That way, when someone fills out this form, their information will go directly to my email list that I have ready to go in MailChimp. I should also point out that I'm not going to go through the list setup process on the MailChimp side of things. But if you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out in the comments or send a message to Visme's support. We'd be happy to help you out. Okay, let's connect this form to MailChimp. So go ahead and click the Connect button there on the MailChimp integration. Next, click the Continue button. And then you'll be prompted to log in to your MailChimp account to authorize the connection to Visme. And then from here, go ahead and scroll down a bit and click the Allow button. Next, you'll want to choose the MailChimp list that you want to connect the form to, and then select the fields that you want to collect data from. So from that drop-down, select your email list that you want to send the leads to. And then for the fields, I only have one email field, so I'll leave email selected, and then click the Continue button. And just like that, the integration is complete, and the Visme form will now automatically send data to my Ignite Fitness email list in MailChimp. So go ahead and click the Continue button. Then back at the integrations list, you'll see that the MailChimp icon now has this green switch on it, indicating that the integration is complete and we're connected to MailChimp. Okay, moving on. Next, it's time to publish this form so that we can embed it on a website to start collecting leads. The next step in the process is to publish this form and embed it on a website. So from the nav at the top of the screen, select Publish. And then Visme will ask you if you're sure you want to publish. We are, so go ahead and click the Publish button to make it official. And please know that you can continue to edit your form after it's published, just FYI. And this will bring you to the sharing options. Visme gives you a link to share via social media, email, etc. And you could edit things like the title and thumbnail if you plan to share your form with this link. However, for this example, I'm going to be embedding the form on my WordPress blog. So we'll select Embed. And from here you have a few options on the embed style. You can have the form be a pop-up over the page. You can have it display between content like in the middle of a blog post or web page, or you could have it display in the sidebar. And let's go through each option, starting with the pop-up over page. So by default it's selected, and if you look below you'll see the form settings and embed code. The settings let you do things like enable the form to display after a certain amount of time has passed after the page load, or set it to after a specific user interaction. That's what I have it set to, but feel free to use different display settings if needed. Next, you can configure the advanced settings if you'd like. Here you could set when the form should be viewed based on visit, session, or amount of days. And if you click that little drop down, you can configure whether or not to always show the form or to stop showing it after a submission or a certain amount of visits. But either way, this is where you can configure some advanced settings. Okay, so to embed this pop-up over page on a WordPress site, the first step is to copy the code. So go ahead and click the Copy Code button. Then if we head over to my WordPress blog, the way I'm going to go about this is to use a plugin. The pop-up over page display option requires you to paste the code above the body tag on your site, and the easiest way to do that is to use a plugin. So within your dashboard, hover your mouse over Plugins and click on Add New Plugin. Then the plugin I like to use for adding code snippets is called WP Code. So type that in the search field like so. WP Code with no space. And there it is, should be the first one there. So go ahead and install and activate that plugin if you haven't done so already. And then once activated in your dashboard, you'll see the new menu item. Hover your mouse over where it says Code Snippets and select Header and Footer. Then you'll want to paste this code in the body section. This places the code right below the opening body tag. And there we go. Then click the Save Changes button. And you may get this notification letting you know that the settings have been saved and to clear your cache if you're using a caching plugin. I am, so let me clear my WP Rocket cache really quick. Then when we visit the front end of my fitness blog, check that out. The pop-up form is displaying over my entire homepage, and the animations and style look great. I love it. Next, let's test the form steps and make sure it's behaving correctly. So I'll enter my email address and submit my info. And we get the thank you message and confetti celebration from our character. Awesome. So that display option worked. Next, let's implement the form in between content on a blog post. So back at the Visme Publish and Embed options, this time select Between Content. Then once again, click the Copy Code button to copy the embed code. Then we'll head back to WordPress. And this time I'm embedding this within a blog post. So I'm in my visual editor for a blog post right now. And since we're embedding HTML, we'll need to add a custom HTML block within the content. So place your cursor where you want the block to be. And then I want it to appear after this paragraph. So in the toolbar, click those three dots to open some more editing options and select Add After from that drop-down menu. Then click the plus icon to add a new block and find the custom HTML block. There we go. Then simply paste the embed code in the block like so. Then after we publish and update these changes to make them live, when I visit the front end of the blog post and scroll down, our animated form is displaying perfectly within the content, and she is pumping some iron. Nice. Then when I fill out the form to test the functionality again, we get the second step and the thank you message with the confetti celebration. Perfect. Everything is behaving as expected. Then real quick, before we go through the final embed option, I want to make sure that the lead funnel is working properly and that we're actually capturing leads in Visme and MailChimp. So if we head back to Visme and this time select results from that top nav, you'll see that both of the leads that I submitted are here, along with some other data to help monitor and track the performance. Then if we head over to my MailChimp Ignite Fitness list, you'll see that the Visme MailChimp integration is working and the lead data has successfully been captured here as well. So the connection is working and I can mark it to leads submitted through my Visme forms with MailChimp. Okay, then finally, just for the sake of the example, let's see what the form looks like in the sidebar. So we'll head back to the Publish section again, and we'll need to select Embed again. And then this time select the Sidebar Display option. Then click the Copy Code button, and we'll head back to WordPress to access my sidebar. Now, the steps to do this may vary depending on the type of WordPress theme that you're using and how your site is set up, but for me, I'll need to access the customization menu in order to access my sidebar. Then I'll open my Widgets tab, and then the Sidebar tab. And this theme is using widgets instead of blocks, but either way, you'd add a new widget or a new block, and then find the custom HTML widget or block. Then paste the embed code in the text box. And I'm actually going to move this widget to the top of my sidebar so that it's the first thing that the user sees when they're scrolling. And there we go. Then let's publish these changes and see what it looks like on a live site. So I'll exit the customization menu, and when the user scrolls and sees the sidebar, they're greeted by our animated fitness trainer on top of the lead form. Everything is displaying perfectly within the sidebar, and I must say it looks great. And then just for the sake of the example, we'll fill out this sidebar form to make sure everything is working properly. And when I submit my info, we get the thank you message and the character celebration. So there you have it. You've just learned how to sign up for Visme, create a form with amazing animations, connect it to your email marketing provider, and embed it on your WordPress website. I really hope you found this tutorial helpful and that you're excited to start creating your own interactive forms with Visme. Remember, you can get started for free by visiting my affiliate link in the video description below, blogwithben.com/Visme. And once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. So that's going to do it for this video. If you found it helpful, I'd greatly appreciate it if you would like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Blog with Ben YouTube channel. Also, if you're thinking about starting a blog, you got to check out my step-by-step tutorials. They'll show you everything you need to know in order to build, grow, and monetize a professional WordPress blog. And as always, your support means a great deal to me and my family, and for that, I thank you. So with that being said, I'll see you in the next video, and thanks for watching.